All right, prepare yourself, Alec. I'm ready to plant my seed in you.
Don't do that, Russell. Please
Don't,
stop.
don't,
Don't.
don't.
Don't actually don't though.
Please don't, Russell. Please don't, Russell.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the last episode.
Yeah,
The
it wasn't.
seed
He said
being planted.
it wasn't.
It's been fermenting that seed though. It's in there.
Yeah. So I don't like that. Don't fermenting. Um yeah, Yasmin went home in heels. That's my last note that I wrote.
That's right. She walked down there. Even had a close up her going down the steps and everything. But yeah, this was a pretty roach, like more run of the mill Survivor episode than we're used to, where literally it was like we go over to Galoo. You know, it's the first time they've had to go to tribal council, and it's just, you know, Yasmin's not doing any work around camp. Shambo is kind of an outcast, and she lost a chicken. And who was it that was not good in the challenge?
Oh, Monica blew it in the challenge.
So
Yasmin always.
These are our options.
But Yasmin always steps up in the challenges, so she maybe, even though she's lazy around camp.
Yeah, this is something I need clarified. I need to know if it's Yasmin or Yasmin, because Jeff says Yasmin. A bunch of people say Yasmin,
but it's spelled as I would guess that would be Yasmin.
But
then,
I don't know. Jason and other Russell say Jasmine or Yasmin.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's weird that Jeff, as the host of the show, would say Yasmin.
But but he also said poverty.
That's true.
He also called Parvati poverty, like straight up called her that.
Just take that.
Poverty.
She had to take that. That's crazy.
She did have to take that, and he did. They even made a little joke about it in the season 2. She came back in Parvati, like he's Parvati. Yeah, poverty.
Yeah,
yeah. Poverty keeps winning. You know, that happens sometimes. Anyway.
All right, but Natalie, you give Natalie the MVP. You know, it was all focused on Galoo, but Natalie came out, snuck her way in there, and got the MVP because she had a little bit of confessional where she was talking about, essentially, I'm going to hitch myself to this crazy ass wagon, and I can get there to the end, and rub people the wrong way.
Right. Well, not even Eric finding the Galoo immunity idol was to get him the MVP. Yeah. So
Eric did, go up to Shambo, and he was essentially like, if you give me the clue and I find the idol, I can use it on you if you need it.
Right.
And she gives it to him and John. She just tells them, and then he finds it.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
That's about it. Alright, so as always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of the reaction and come back afterwards for a discussion. Alright?
Alright, see you then.
There you go. Ashley was voted out.
Ashley's voted out. She's a cute lady.
Yeah, unceremoniously voted out though.
Yeah, it was kind of an unceremonious episode in a lot of ways.
It's a bit of an anomaly. We've never really seen anything quite like it, where literally the weather is so bad, no one even wanted to bother leaving to talk about the vote. So we'll all have our inner monologues.
Yep, they did an inner monologue voiceover montage.
Well, so I thought it was an artistic choice at first, but I'm also thinking like. Wait, when did they film those? I guess because they're probably like, no, I'm not coming outside for no confessional right now.
Yeah.
You just like do them like way after the fact, and then just
maybe they did them on the way to. Maybe they pull them aside on the way to tribal council. Maybe.
Everybody's just refusing. Like, no, I'm not getting out of here.
Yeah. Like hell nah, ain't doing it.
And they're like, okay, we'll just dub it in.
Yeah.
There were shots of each of you huddled up in here. That's pretty cool, but obviously, this ain't the game of Survivor I love. Just like Russell, I want to see some gameplay.
Yeah,
this ain't right.
It kind of felt, we felt a little inhibited in that way. It was just kind of like, we can't see any sort of strats or nothing.
You'd think it would probably be Ashley, anyway.
Yeah,
But Russell's itching to get Liz after her comment. She has to go.
Yeah. It has to go, yeah.
So who knows, maybe he would have pushed for that if they had the opportunity.
Even though Ashley blew both challenges, that was kind of the nail on the coffin right there. You're not really helping out in the challenges, and
it's always funny when they're talking about challenge strength as they're just like losing every challenge. Though
they're losing,
we gotta worry about who's good in challenges though. God forbid we lose another. So we had other Russell, Uncle Lou. Just a little bit of interpersonal drama in the tribe, as he's apparently sucks at making the fire, and that, at least in that moment.
And
the
Dave,
whole weird exchange with Dave.
Yeah, that was a weird exchange for both people.
This is the problem setting up this dynamic of like, these are your leaders and you will listen to them,
right?
Because this like, you don't see that so much on Foa. But Uncle Lou is very much like, I gotta pass it by the boss first. It's like, it's like, once you tell me, like once you specifically tell me to do this, then I will.
Or it's more like, ask me. He said,
ask me. So it's like, are you the leader or not? I mean, you ask, okay, but it's like a weird dynamic where it's like he's artificially put up on this pedestal, and it's like, I don't know, it's your decision, boss. And everybody's like trying to keep the peace, so they're just like, yeah, we'll do whatever our leader says.
Right. Weird. Yeah, so there's that. There's Shambo being ostracized from that whole tribe. They just they don't even really acknowledge her when she comes back. They send her away from the group when they won the reward challenge, and they all get a good meal. And they just immediately send
Russell sent her as the leader.
Yeah, Russell specifically, and she asked specifically, like, could you maybe throw someone else a bone? He's like, no.
And he reveals it's because she has to pay for the chicken that she lost them.
Right.
It's funny because I think it would have been her regardless if she did that. It's like they have this one social pariah, and everybody's so kumbaya in this tribe. They want to just like let her be the one that we all unite in our shade against.
And we all hate her.
And we can unite on that. Rather than like, let's have some other drama. Like, if I picked someone else, now I gotta deal with that. Let's just like send Shambo again.
Right.
Like, she'll be upset she's not on the reward, but at least everybody else can get behind that decision.
Well, Shambo then comes over and she shares the clues that she's been getting.
Yep.
But it's patently obvious that there's no idol, and Liz immediately clocks, hey, Russell almost certainly has the idol. You spent a lot of time around that tree.
I've seen you fondling that tree a lot.
Fondling that tree, climbing into that tree, just entering the tree, if you know what I mean. And
I've seen you enter that tree so many times, Russell.
Yeah, so many times, Russell. It's a little weird,
One time I couldn't find you, and we had to pull you out. You were all the way up there.
That sounds like that almost sounds like a Junji Ito thing, where it's like, he kept climbing into the tree, and we had to pull him out of the tree. He kept climbing up into it. He was compelled.
He's like a little gnome.
Something about the tree.
It's like a magical tree. He like lives in there.
He's kind of like a gnome.
He concocts his fiendish plans in there.
Here he is.
Comes out.
He's a goblin, but he's passing as a gnome. Well, that's what he's doing. He's like, I belong in this tree. It's my tree.
Because some people were saying like, oh, it's probably Ben. Ben probably has the idol, and he got voted out with it. Which, I don't know. I don't know if Ben might have sincerely thought he was staying in that tribal council, but also like, it would have been crazy after being like put on blast for his racism for him to just sit there and not use an idol.
Right.
But yeah, so Liz is like, it could be Ben, could be Russell, probably Russell. It's like, okay, cool, Liz, you got it. And then she goes to Russell and says,
confronts
it's probably you. And you're lying about it.
Yeah, you're lying about it.
Cool.
Which is like, why?
That's a really good way to use that information.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you do that?
What do you get out of that? It's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I do have it, and I'll never tell a lie to you again.
Yeah, like what? What does that do exactly? It just makes him mad, and if you know that he's a liar, then you don't want to make him mad.
So we could say good job, Liz, for clocking that, but at the same time, you didn't clock that. Like he will
Yeah,
just target the first person who says something against him,
right,
and he
right.
literally says to her, "You're on thin ice now. You're on thin
Yeah, he,
ice."
he storms off he goes off in a huff. He almost falls. It's very very funny.
But we don't know for sure, but it's possible that this lack of strategizing is what makes it so Ashley goes, because everybody's by
Yeah,
default is going to vote for the challenge person.
right, right.
I think if I
She
was
couldn't she
Ashley,
couldn't
I would
keep
have been
her.
sweating that a lot more. I'm like, I don't know what you
Yeah,
do. Obviously, you're so handicapped by this situation
yeah,
because, like
yeah.
they said, no
Thank
one's gonna go out with you to talk strategy. But at the same time, it's like I was clearly the one who just lost that challenge, and now we're not gonna discuss who's gonna go. I'm easily the one who's by default gonna be voted out.
right.
But what do
Well,
you do
I
there?
think she had to have known, like when no one wanted to talk about it, that it's like, oh, it's gonna be me because I'm the one that brought it up.
But she also said that
So
I trust Natalie and Russell the most, so that was interesting.
yeah, and they were just like, nah.
Natalie just earlier this episode was consoling her, saying how good she did
Yeah,
for
she's
that
like,
very
I'm bonding.
challenge.
They bonded together, like we're
She's
sisters.
like,
We're,
yeah,
we're good. We got
she's like a
this. Yeah,
sister to me. She even told us that in the confessional, but then just like,
yeah.
just vote her out, just that easy.
Get her out. Get her out of here. But yeah, we had so that was the reward challenge was the nasty
Nasty
shake of
smoothies,
nasty
which
smoothies.
is like, that's so much more interesting when it's head to head who gets it first. Because
Yeah, I thought
literally, it
that was
was
kind of
all
wild.
everybody got a point, and it was just as soon as Ashley couldn't do it, all right, Galoo
Yeah,
wins because
it was so lame. It
literally
was
everybody else
lame.
could do it.
Yeah,
But at least if you have the who gets it first, it could have been more interesting back and forth.
yeah,
And yeah, but it seemed like she just threw in the towel quickly. But it really was like, I actually got to go and throw up. I don't want to just throw up right here.
right,
But that
right.
was a reward. Then we had the immunity, which is the one they did in Micronesia, where
Mm, mm,
you got two people holding the rope and the other people throwing coconuts in to add weight.
right.
This
We had the
wasn't
added.
this. Yeah,
I was gonna say this time we had the added bonus of the fact that it had been pouring for like
horrible.
over
Yeah.
24 hours.
But it wasn't very. It wasn't a very entertaining challenge, really, because it was just like a blowout, and
Yeah,
nothing ever changed.
right.
And yeah, and then it's just the whole episode. Everybody's wet and miserable, and I mean, what else
Yeah,
is
everyone's
there?
hands are just like all destroyed.
Yeah, we need shots of the hands and the feet.
Yeah.
Jason saying this is the hardest thing he's ever done, even when his
Mm,
old coach used to make them beat each other up just for practice. Water
yeah.
polo.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean that sounds to me like it's like a hardcore training
Pretty
regimen to be like,
hardcore. He's like, you
yeah, it's
need to
just like
be in. What did he say his philosophy was?
you need to be in peril or something. You need to make sure your body feel like it's in peril or
So,
something like that. So it's
so
like yeah,
yeah,
so
you two
if you're
rough
like
each other up.
yeah, you're in the pool and then it's like, you got to get out of the pool now and rough each other up outside the pool and then get back in and keep going, keep practicing. Like that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like our coach actually got arrested years later, but
Yeah, he was kind of
he was
like
pretty
horribly
hardcore.
abusive, actually.
Pretty hardcore guy. I thought that was gonna be the
Uh,
hardest thing. Anything else for this episode that
um,
we didn't touch on specifically?
I think that about covers it. I think, yeah. I did like that Liz confronting Russell thing, and then just that whole bit was very entertaining to me.
Yeah.
MVP though,
Who's the MVP?
jeez, man. So I want to give it to Ashley. I want to give it to Ashley because she's in the running for cutie of the season. But I'm going to probably end up giving it to, and by probably I mean I'm going to give it to Dave. And the reason for it is because of that one little scene of Dave trying to get get the tree mail, and he's like putting out those logs to cross over, and he falls, and he still insists on trying to do it anyway.
Dave.
And also his snark with Russell was entertaining and weird.
Yeah, Dave really stole that one. Yeah, I mean, there was not really much there, but yeah,
I couldn't think of anything else. It was like that, or maybe like whoever at the very beginning of the episode, whoever was getting beaten in the face by the waves.
Eric was getting, yeah, he was fed up with the ocean. He was pissed at the ocean.
Yeah,
like,
he was pissed off at the ocean. Yeah.
It's fickle.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that, or Ashley just for being pretty. It's like
shout out to Dave, MVP of the episode.
Yeah. So I was like, what else do we get? Because for me,
I would probably just give it to Russell. But
Russell, because he's
more.
I will say him leering like while they're all huddled together in the enclosure, and he's just like standing up and leering over him. Yeah,
this is my only way to look down on you. Actually.
Yeah, right. There was some entertainment value in that. And also in the Liz confrontation.
Thin Ice. It's crazy, just openly threatening people. And then we don't hear anything of it. Liz is just like, okay. Russell just...
all right, okay. That's cool, I guess. Yeah.
That's it for Survivor Samoa.
Wow.
An interesting time here on Survivor.
It's some doldrums right now.
It's a unique vibe, at least.
It is a unique vibe. I'll give you that.
Like for this episode, everybody's just literally the weather's that bad. It's so miserable.
It was actually sort of reminding me a little bit of Outback. Had some Outback vibes.
And then early All Stars too, where it's like
yeah,
it was like pouring down on them even in the Tribal Council because they didn't even have the Tribal Council covered. And and Jerry was like, "It's not worth it." All right.
Yeah.
Until next time, I'm going to give a random Tarqaron video for you guys to check out next.
All right. Let's do it. Random rules.
Check out episode 8 of Survivor Thailand. That's right. It's the Sukchai Foursome.
The Sukchai Foursome. All right.
I'll remember that.
Of course.
There's some similar vibes, and I remember Thailand just being depressing for a good stretch there.
Is it episode 8?
Episode 8.
Yeah, I have I wrote very little notes at this period of time.
Yeah.
Peeing in caves. Everybody is phony. I say Holden Caulfield. Comedy editing with Helen's recipes. Brian and Jake making moves, feeling out. No strategy. Tons of Sukchai lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
Aaron is out. I don't even remember who that Aaron is.
I think this was the one where it was like, it was literally all about Sukchai love each other, and they're all sad about whoever's gonna go. They're depressed about it, and that was about it. Yeah, so it was the Sukchai foursome that they had. But
well, yeah, that was the episode after the not a merge.
That's a season. No, that's a season right there.
Yeah, that's a season. Uh-huh.
And
how far we've come. Yeah. 14 seasons later.
Wow. That's pretty wild. 14 seasons later. We knew, it's like, you knew so little at that point in time of Survivor.
You really do.
Such a limited sample size, and then your most recent serving is Survivor Thailand. It's crazy. All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more. Like the video. Leave a comment with your thoughts. As always, we'll read the comments. Whenever we do a Tarqaron podcast, we'll read them at the end, as long as they're spoiler free. If there's any that are more suited for the end of the season, we'll do that in our season review that we do at the end of every Survivor season. All right. More Survivor every week on the way. Come back next week for another episode of Survivor Samoa. All right.